On the restart, weaves his way, fires and scores. We'll get to attack, coming middle, trying to free himself up, shot, score. Gets around Weed, off the bounce, shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto, one-handed shot is up and in.
Got a penalty flag down.
Skip pass sets up Gabord, and it's time to pluck a chicken. No.
But a good one-handed scoop up.
Oh, Roy, and he lights the lamp. Lowers that left shoulder and fires up the Cougar fans. Look at this.
Nice play.
Fake shot by Brunzik, and then he drills it on his way to the ground. Chase, extra feed, shot, score, game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Bedford. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. First of two, a boys-girls doubleheader, with the Cardinals and Bulldogs squaring off here at Bulldog Stadium. A good crowd, a gathering crowd, already sizable. The X factor today could be the weather. On and off, rain showers in the forecast over the next couple of hours. The sun was just out literally minutes ago and now starting to sprinkle here in Bedford. It's two of Division I's better teams. Of course, Bishop Guertin has been the standard of Division I really for the better part of the last 20 years, ever since the arrival of head coach Chris Cameron in 2004. Bishop Guertin has rattled off 11 state titles, including the last two. Bedford, under first-year head coach Drew Bordeaux, kind of breathing some life, so to speak, into the program that, after success for years in Division II, held their own over the last few seasons in Division I. They win the first two out of the gate before suffering a setback last week against Exeter. So a 2-1 record for Bedford, 3-1 on the other side for Bishop Guertin. Many, Roger, view obviously the Cardinals as the favorite, but don't write off Bedford on their home field today.
Yeah, not at all. And the last time these two teams met, of course, was in the quarterfinals last year. I believe the quarterfinals in the playoffs, but different team this year for Bedford. Different players, different coaches, different culture, a whole new atmosphere on the field with this team. They are not the same team that Bishop Guertin saw last year, nor is Bishop Guertin the same team that Bedford saw last year. We knew that Bishop Guertin was going to be very, very potent on their offense. In my mind, there was a little bit of suspect after losing guys like John Sullivan to Army last year, who was just a beast on the field, and some other top-notch defenders. But I got to tell you, in looking at the scores that they have had, Bishop Guertin, that is, I mean, they haven't given up a lot of goals. They have two games with 1 goal each, another game with 6, and then this last game against Staples, one of the top 25 teams in the country, they held them to 10 goals, but it was a lot better than it was last year when they played Staples.
Yeah, 17-9 was the final in 2022. That game took place over the weekend down in Providence. Cardinals scored the first 6 goals of that contest before the comeback from Staples occurred in the fourth quarter. But that's Coach Cameron's style, as we know, likes to challenge his team year in and year out with the out-of-state portion of the schedule. Typically schedules some of New England's better teams. You mentioned Staples. They took Hingham to overtime, beat Hingham in overtime in the season opener. And in league play, a couple of wins at the newly minted Manchester Kings in game number 2. And then they took care of Salem, no problem, a week ago today. For Bedford, big blowout wins. As I mentioned, the 2-0 start. Wins on this field over both Concord and Dover, both by double digits. And then last week, we're within 2 a perennially tough Exeter before the Blue Hawks ran away in the final couple of minutes, scoring 5 unanswered.
Yeah,
part of a 13-6 final.
Exactly. Yeah, 7-5 at half, then 8-6 early in the third, and then the wheels kind of fell off for Bedford at that point. Unforced turnovers, mistakes, on the transition game mostly. Obviously, a bad injury for Exeter, but they rallied and they pulled it out. But it was a very, very good game. Very good game overall for the Bulldogs.
Coach Cameron has described his goaltender situation this year as a good problem to have. 4 very talented individuals, including the 3-year starter on his way to VMI, Zach Connerty. He won't get the start today. Got the inside baseball. The sophomore, Liam O'Keefe, is going to make his first career start. And O'Keefe, as we know, one of the better goaltenders in his class nationwide, according to some in the know. So O'Keefe will wear number 45 in green and start in between the pipes for BG. All right, quickly, Roger. Keys here both ways. Couple of bullet points. What needs to go right for both BG and Bedford?
Same thing for Bedford as it was in the Exeter game. The first line of BG is just a powerhouse, and Bedford's defenders have got to be able to not only keep up with them, but not get taken in by the Dodgers in the outside shooting. Ian Fletcher has to be right on his game, just like Matt Desmond was last year during the season against this same team. He was very hot. BG just does what BG does. I mean, they're phenomenal. 16 college commits on their roster. What else can you say? They'll have to control the face-off like they always did in years past, and let's see if they can keep that now with a whole new Fogo crew. Yeah,
Paulo Vasquez, the man who took over at the X for Bishop Guertin, the sophomores, look pretty good so far. We'll see how that works out here this afternoon. First of 2 on a rainy Tuesday here, week number 3 statewide. Back for the starting lineups, national anthem, and then game time in just a few moments. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Moments away from the opening face-off here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you from Bulldog Stadium in Bedford. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, a boys-girls doubleheader. A rivalry that really transcends sports between these two schools. It's gone to the forefront really statewide over the last few years. And as we know, it's as intense on the lacrosse field as anywhere else here. Bedford looking to play spoiler on their home field and hand potentially BG a rare in-state loss. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, looking to capture their fourth win in 5 tries and keep pace with division-leading Exeter, the only unbeaten D1 team right now at 5-0.
Yeah, and they are on fire. Exeter is attended their game against Pinkerton the other night, and just probably some of the best lacrosse I've seen in a long, long time in Division 1. Against those two teams. Pinkerton was essentially ahead the entire game, and they pulled it. Exeter pulled it out with 2 late goals by the attackman Sullivan, but just a really good team. And these top 4 teams that we've been talking about in Division 1, it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out. Looks like the rain is starting to come down a little bit here on the field tonight, which is kind of a surprise. Didn't think we were going to get it this early.
Yeah. Well, it's about 50-50, at least according to the latest forecast for the next few hours. Of course, the girls will face off at 6:30. We'll have coverage of that here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire as well. All right, you mentioned Exeter. That was the opponent last week for Bedford. They've had a full week off ever since. Of course, BG had to travel down to Rhode Island to face Staples in Providence over the weekend. Does the rest factor in it all, or is that an overrated, overlooked aspect?
I'll tell you, when I coached here at Bedford and we had intercession, I hated that week. I really did. You really couldn't get a lot of work done if you had kids missing from practice because it is a school-sanctioned event. Kids that had to go away or couldn't get back in time for practice, you had to kind of work around it. In this particular case, I do not think that the extra time is a benefit to them.
Let's go down to the field for the national anthem.
Whose
Wow.
What's your name?
Wow.
Great job. What is it, Jillian?
Lillian?
What's the last name?
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right.
Well, that was
you're right.
Lillian Strang, a St. Anselm graduate who just murdered the microphone here with the national anthem. The best version I've heard in a long time.
That's assistant coach Ryan McDonough's girlfriend.
There you go.
Yeah.
And who better to set the stage here for this
Indeed.
boys-girls doubleheader. A little bit of a late start. This one originally scheduled for 4:30 Eastern. The JV game ran a bit late.
Got off to a late start.
About a 25-minute or so delay here, but we're ready to rumble now. The skies cooperating for the moment. Again, a spot shower a moment ago. The sun is kind of back out, and we'll keep our fingers crossed moving forward. Speaking of the JV game, it's the same two officials. Travis Glennon and Robert Day are going to work the whistles here. A two-man crew. Bishop Guertin.
Correction. Robin Day.
Robin Day.
Yes.
What did I say, Robert?
I believe she's the only female referee we have in lacrosse. Yeah, you said Robert, but it is Robin. And she is very good. She actually did some playoff games last year. Yeah.
And as we know, Bedford on their home fields, they're going to wear their home whites with the red lettering, black trim. And the Cardinals in their road forest green with the gold lettering. Again, it'll be O'Keefe in one net. Sophomore making his first career start for Bishop Guertin. And for Bedford, Ian Fletcher held his own last week when we saw him live at Exeter.
Had a good game. Had a good start. Had a couple of good first and second quarters there.
And, of course, today is only his fourth career start as well. So two young developing goaltenders on display. All right, that's a win for Bedford. As we're underway here, Dalton Roberto, the Fogo, is going to win the opening faceoff against Vasquez, and now Bedford is going to slow it down as they get set for their opening possession. Up top, this is the freshman Matthews. We get a whistle and a violation here against the Bulldogs.
Ward. They cannot afford to do that. They need long, controlled possessions, and giving the ball back like this is just a dangerous thing.
Here's a bouncing shot, denied. No problem for Fletcher.
Kind of rolled off his stick when he shot that. Didn't really get good wood on it.
A bit of an awkward release. Bedford, no problem with the ride. Bulldogs get the clear, and now will look for their first shot on their second possession with nearly a minute gone by. Drew, head coach, is very familiar. As we know, Drew Bordeaux, his first year as the Bedford head coach. Coaches in the offseason, part of the New Hampshire Tomahawks, which, of course, was founded and run by current Cardinal head coach Chris Cameron.
Oh, nice move.
Spin move. Did Toscano step over the 50? He did. That's the senior Sean Casano. Pretty good defensive effort there by Bishop Guertin's Bobby Canaway. And Canaway forces the second Bedford turnover.
I think Coach Cameron said that last night on the broadcast on the Monday night show. He was not going to allow Bedford to dictate pace, and he is pushing out when they have possession like that to create changeovers really quick and to keep things moving. They do not want Bedford sitting on the ball offensively.
All right, here's Aiden Laurendow, one of 16 college commits on the Bishop Guertin roster. He's a senior headed to Merrimack. First touch far side for Brady Dumont, Jr., and a Villanova commit. Now Connor Bouvier sets up a shot. This is the Bedford native Kylie, and that shot flies over the crossbar a few inches high. Tim is senior on his way to Sacred Heart. It'll stay here with the Cardinals. 2 minutes now gone by first quarter.
Yeah, Kylie, the doppelganger, right-handed of Owen Williams in my mind. They are very, very similar players.
It's the Exeter junior. And while another wind-up shot cranked from that far wing from Bouvier. It's going to sail at about eye level wide and again stay with the Cardinals.
Cannot let Bouvier do that from that spot on the field. You've got to close the gap on him defensively.
3 early shots here for Bishop Guertin in the first 2.5. Here comes the fourth. And that one wide again. Bouncing attempt there by Bouvier.
Boy, they are trying hard also, Nick, to Bishop Guertin, that is, to shake the long pole off of Bouvier. get him with a short stick and allow him to extend his hands.
Dumont trying to spin free. Goes over the shoulder, shot, and score. Wow. Well, cut that one for the highlight reel here early. Less than 3 minutes in. A little shake and bake, and Brady Dumont lights the lamp over the shoulder to give the visiting Cardinals an early 1-0 lead.
Not a bad move. Yay. He had a forehand there, too. Yeah, he had a lot of space to do a lot of different things there. I'm sure Cam would not be happy if that was an overtime attempt when he had his forehand right in range.
So 1-0 BG, less than 3 minutes in as Brady Dumont gets it done. Meanwhile, this ball on the ground, and the Cardinals get to it.
Good bump.
Alex Dumont trying to stay in bounds, and now it's like a hack fest there right in front of Coach Cameron. It ends up out of play. And
white.
Both head coaches are pleading for possession here.
It's going white. No, it is going green.
And Bishop Guertin will force another turnover near midfield. It's the third Bulldog giveaway here in 3 minutes. 1-0 BG. Looking to double it up here. Sun back out here in Bedford. How aggressive are the Bulldog defense going to be here this afternoon?
They need to be. They need to play shutdown defense, and they need to do stuff like this. What they're doing out there right now, Kevin Sheridan bothering them as much as possible. Did not like what I saw in that first possession by Bishop Guertin. They're giving him much too much space. Playing a little tentative, perhaps.
Little step back shot there, too high, and swallowed up. That's Micah Dunsmore. Got a good look. The junior put a little bit of speed on that shot, but again, well read by Fletcher. Goaltender way out of the cage here on the clear as we near 4 minutes gone by.
Good full court attack press there on the ride. Nice job.
Kerr's going to flip it over the top. This is Zach Griffin, the attackman. Going to reverse direction.
It's exactly what you want to do on the clear, though. You want to force the corners, and you want to force the attack to make a commitment on a defender so that you can free up a midi, and that worked very well for the Bulldogs.
Here's Bennett Matthews, a little 1v1 against Connor Hughes. Freshman versus senior, and the senior pokes it loose. Matthews lost the stick, a whistle, a push is going to go against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a good scout by Coach Cameron. I think they're going to really bother the freshman and shake him up early. If they've watched the film like you and I have seen Bedford play this year, Matthews can make some tentative mistakes out there as a freshie, and we'll see how that works.
Widely regarded as one of the more talented freshmen statewide.
Indeed, and this has got. I mean, aside from any football game that he played this past fall, this has got to be one of the bigger events for him in high school so far.
Of course, his father, the head coach here at Bedford High, who captured the Division I state championship back in November. All right, slow it down, right?
Oh, yeah. This is it. This is what you got to do.
Coach Bordeaux made no secret of that. Going into the Exeter game, felt like tempo was important a week ago as it is today. Meanwhile, this one intercepted, and they're going to clear it out and give the Cardinals the ball back. Colin Rourke.
They had the ball. I don't know why they whistled it.
Came up with the interception. Rourke on his way to Hofstra. Nearing the midway point, 1-0 Cardinals. Shot denied by Fletcher. Gets a piece along the far pole, covers up in the circle, and collects for Bedford. Another early save for the junior.
Can't imagine Coach Cameron's happy with that shot.
Meanwhile, communication from the Cardinals here as they try to present the ride. It's broken in the middle of the field by the other Bedford freshman. That's Brody Helton. The midfielder is going to jog here and create some space on the near wing. 6 minutes now in. Midway through this opening frame, Bedford hoping to tie this game at 1.
Yeah, they're trying. The Bulldogs are trying to get Brody Helton on the field a little bit more and pull him up off that second line. He's another promising freshman.
Had 2 goals in the loss against Exeter.
He can make things happen.
Here he is.
Draws a defender.
Yep. Rourke on the switch, trying to poke it loose.
Ooh.
Helton trying to swim through 2 near side. Got jammed up, and the ball's out again. Loose in the high slot. Whacked to the near side, and the flag is thrown for the first time here this afternoon. As Helton is knocked down, we get a whistle,
Got a hold on Noah Guerra. What we got in the box there?
Well, Helton jogging over
It'll be 1-7.
towards the Bedford sideline. He's just going to come out of the game, and
It's going to be Dumont.
yeah, Alex Dumont, the future Loyola Greyhound, is going to head to the box here. First penalty of the game, either way, comes against Bishop Guertin with 5:33 to go in this opening quarter, and a golden opportunity for Bedford to try and knot this game up at 1. Toscano up top.
Oh, here it
Back
is.
weak side, Matthews, a step-down shot. A little off target. Backed up behind the cage by Bedford's Tyler Doldo. Senior on the field for the first time. Another opportunity
Again.
here. Matthews with room. This time going to cash in. Well, the freshman had plenty of space to plant that lead foot and then let it rip. The man-up goal is going to tie this game at 1.
Well, we've talked about Matthews before, and, showing a little bit of discipline and finding his spot out there on the field and then mixing up his shots is key to his success. And that was a good low burner than one of the, what I call plucking corners
there you go.
that he traditionally tries to get.
Meanwhile, the battle on the face-off goes Bishop Guertin's way. Dumont, after his short stint in the box, able to collect the ground ball, and now Guertin coming right to left. This is Connor Gabord. Little fake, going to go down the middle and score. Looks like it went over the left shoulder of Fletcher. Cardinals quickly retake the lead here just inside of 5 minutes first quarter.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about at the beginning here. You cannot allow them to dodge through the defense unscathed, and they did not even get a body on him. Hardly a stick. No slide. You can't slide adjacent like that. You're going to leave Connor Bouvier wide open if you do. He didn't need to dish off to Connor, but that's what happens when you can stroll right through the box like that.
Early start here against Vasquez is going to give Bedford the ball back.
Well, we're even up on faceoffs, which was one of the strengths of BG over the years. If they can hold tight with that.
Get a look at Derek Kaliza, last year's leading goal scorer for Bedford.
He's had a good year so far.
The junior off to a hot start. Going to shade him here, trying to force him left. Instead, Holton is going to give it up.
Good slide. Nice check.
And the scissor forces the ball free. On the one bounce collect, Rourke in a sprint to midfield has the clear, but he's hunted down from behind by Toscano.
Great pursuit by Toscano.
Pushed off the ball by Helton, but then Kerr mishandles here, and it goes back to BG.
Yeah, as in years past, the ground ball relentlessness of the Cardinals pays off again. They had 3-on-1 on top of that ball, and they get it right back.
And a chance to go up by 2 for the first time. Tough angle shot. Gabord going to cash in.
Oh, it's Bouvier.
No, it's Bouvier. You're right. Connor Bouvier, the senior, on his way to Holy Cross. Very tough angle there. Goal line extended, but found the angle he wanted. They made the most of it. 3-1 BG.
Yeah, and again, this is where you got to kind of stop the bleeding if you're Bedford. You've got to get possession. You've got to have a good long possession to kind of cool things down here.
So a 2-goal lead on the board for the visitors for the first time, and they win the faceoff. The sophomore Vasquez going to get it himself. And now once again the attack here for Bishop Guertin. Operational as we move towards 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Caleb Young, another one of these college commits on his way to Stony Brook. Part of this deep midfield that Coach Cameron has praised.
Definitely.
Michael Mandzuski on the field for the first time. They're going to work it around.
That's not a good match right there.
Stutter stop. Young, back, shot. Too strong.
Boy.
Pretty good look there for Dumont, seeking his second goal here in this first quarter.
And these are missiles, too. I mean, these things are not light shots that they're missing the net with. That's got to be probably their 8th or 9th shot so far this quarter.
Young trying to shake off Roberto. Pass knocked down. Sheridan got his pole on it. And scooping it up there for Bedford is Spencer Henry-Shawn. Those two names mentioned a lot when you bring up the Bedford defense. Two of the bigger bodied athletes and have been staples in the program on the back end for a while. Going to clear it with Griffin through the middle. Trying to avoid some spacing issues here. Going to trot to the near side. Shadowed by Dumont, and I'll whistle.
Timeout. Timeout, Bedford.
Yeah, Coach Bordeaux was practically begging the official for the whistle there. He does get the timeout with 2:07 remaining. And Bedford trailing here 3-1.
Well, I think he recognizes that they need a good possession here. They can, it's not last shot time, but the pursuit of the Cardinals in, the midfield area as Bedford's trying to get their specialists on the field is relentless. And I can hear Coach Cameron telling his guys in practice, all week, hey, listen, if we pressure these guys, we're going to shake them up. We have great confidence in our ball pursuit and our ground ball game. You will have help. Get up there, play them hard, and we saw that one turnover at the very start of the game where I think it was Toscano that stepped on the line. And this is how they're going to play it. And it's really consistent with what they have done for a long time. Pursuit, close off adjacent possibilities. And Bedford's got to get through that box quickly if they're going to have any success. You only have two timeouts to use, so you can't do a timeout every time you get pursuit. So this will be an important possession for Bedford.
Bulldogs looking for their third win here in the early part of the season. Full week off between their last time out and today. And speaking of a week's time, a week from tonight, BG will take on Exeter at Exeter. And wink, wink, we may or may not be there for that one. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Sun back out here for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week. First of two, boys-girls doubleheader.
I know I'll be there.
Yeah, one way or the other, for sure. And speaking of the girls, I see several members of the Bishop Guertin team down here in this large crowd. And
you can see that they're already shutting off adjacent. Look at Matthews and number 23 for the Bulldogs. They cutting them right off, making them go one-on-one.
23, of course, that's James Gaffney,
the
senior attack. All right, out of the timeout. See what the young head coach has got up his sleeve here as Bedford looks to cut the lead in half inside the final 2 minutes here, first quarter.
Oh, nice.
Off the low pass. There's the cutter. Gets through, though. Ends up on the near side, and the wing shot from Griffin is a bit wide there and to the left. It'll stay, though, with Bedford.
That might be a combative strategy by Coach Bordeaux, and that is if they're going to play us so hard, we're just going to run with them. Just run.
Galiza's pass tipped up in the air.
Find an athlete, give him the ball, and make them tired.
That's what ends up out of play. Will stay with Bedford. Good hustle both ways between the Bulldogs, Griffin, and the Cardinals, Finn Moran, the junior defenseman on his way to Siena.
You can hear the coaches yelling, carry up, make him run. Make him run.
And Moran shadowing Griffin
here. Just keep running.
Able to pop back to his feet after momentarily hitting the turf.
Get out of there.
Matthews' underhand scoop pass towards the cage is going to end up out of bounds. And again, the Cardinal defense forcing a turnover.
Yeah, that's just an experience there. You get possession in that situation, you just got to find shelter. Get to a safe harbor spot on the field and retain possession. Don't make a silly play like that.
Final minute, first quarter.
Yeah, we're going white here.
Alex Dumont couldn't play it off the bounce as It goes in and out of the stick, head of his stick. He looks frustrated.
Now you're playing for last shot here. Go back to the D and regroup.
54 seconds.
Look at the box. Bedford.
What do we got here, a zone ride?
Yes, always.
Helton?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Drop zone ride with the attack. All three come into the 45, 50-yard line, and you press hard. Get out of there. Look at the pursuit.
There's 2 on his trail.
Yep. They're willing to give up the odd man defense to just shake the ball loose.
Meanwhile, pass off target behind. Gabord hits the turf. Scooped up by Toscano for Bedford.
No talk.
Didn't see the second defender. Alex Dumont gets a stick on the ball, pokes it loose, scoops it up, crosses midfield, and now we're down to 10 seconds. BG, maybe time for one more. Laurendow looking for the middle of the field. Eye on the cage. Split dodge. Shot and score with less than 3 seconds. Well, that is field awareness there. As Aiden Laurendow, the senior on his way to Merrimack, makes Bedford pay here at the tail end of the first quarter. It's 4-1 BG.
Yeah, for a split second there when the ball got over half field, I thought that Coach Cameron was going to call a timeout here and get last shot. But when you got that kind of speed and you got a guy like Lorendo, heading towards home, you don't need to spare a timeout. And he just did the same thing that the last goal did. Gracefully face dodge through the defense.
That'll do it for the first quarter.
And then a new face-off kid.
The first frame belongs to the defending champs. BG, a 4-1 lead as they end the first quarter on a 3-0 run. Will Bedford have a response? We find out when we come back. Second quarter next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Bishop Guertin, a pretty good first quarter there. 4-1, they lead Bedford as we head towards the second. Nick Anastas along with Roger Howe. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, first of 2 here from Bulldog Stadium. As the ladies will face off at 6:30 Eastern. We'll have that for you here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. BG looking to improve to 4-1. The lone loss came over the weekend out of state, down in Providence, Rhode Island, against Staples of Connecticut. And, of course, Bedford a full week off after losing for the first time this season a week ago tonight against Exeter. So both teams looking to stay with one loss on the record sheet. A 1-1 start. Brady Dumont got the Cardinals on the board less than 3 minutes in. A BG penalty gave Bedford a golden opportunity. It was cashed in by Bennett Matthews, the freshman. Extra man opportunity goal tied the game about midway through that first quarter at 1-1. Then BG 3 in a row to end the frame. Connor Gabord, Connor Bouvier, Aiden Laurendow in that order. Laurendow's goal came with less than 3 seconds remaining. So 4-1 BG as we begin this second quarter. Cardinals with the ball as the team switch ends. And BG trying to get that attack really in gear here.
Yeah, all 4 goals unassisted by the Cardinals. When you start seeing a lot of those types of goals, you know that there's not a lot of settled offense going on and a lot of one-on-ones being won on the offensive side of the ball. And that's how it's been.
Patient here. First trip in the
Right
second
around
quarter.
again.
Gabor jammed up. Pass ends up on the turf, and now a battle ensues, and Bedford's going to get to it.
Smart move.
Good play by the pole. It's Brian Riccio, the long stick midi. Sophomore out of a crowd, and now Bedford done a pretty good job against the ride so far. They're going to clear it here along the near sideline, but Roberto puts this one on the turf. Roberto trying to escape. His teammate trying to help him out. Riccio goes over the shoulder, but it's going to end up with the Cards.
That's going to be a push.
Ryan Kelly knocked down on the play, and that's going to draw a whistle.
It's going to go Cardinals.
They're going to give possession to Bishop Guertin. Physical play, as we expected, two rivals, and it's lived up to that billing so far, at least in this first half.
Yeah, and I would say that one of the things that should have been said to the Bulldogs at that break is you guys need to start getting a little more aggressive. Watch what the Cardinals are doing on ball pursuit and tracking down the ball handler, and start getting on it. This is going to be a slash. Looks like on Tristan Kerr.
Yeah, one of the Bedford senior defenders. Got a piece there of the body, and now Bishop Guertin going to take their time.
Yeah, and look for them to try a double here.
Quick shot, Gabord wide, and now first penalty against the Bulldogs on the way with just over 2 minutes gone by second quarter.
Yeah, I believe, like I said, it's going to be a slash. 2-7. Yes, it is.
That's Kerr.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So the slash going to put the Bulldogs on their heels here. So we get a look at the BG EMO unit for the first time.
Yeah. Always pretty precise, pretty regimented. See how they're going to run this.
Looks like the Bulldogs packing it in here defensively.
Yeah, they're giving him a 1-4 look.
Coach Cameron watching with his hands on his hips, hoping his team can move it around here quickly.
Yeah.
They go back door, and Laurendow is going to cash in, but was he
in the crease?
In the crease, yes, he was. Official Robin Day all over that with the whistle, so the goal will not count, and Bedford has it.
He might have been in the crease even before he. Yeah, he was right on the line when he came down with his right foot.
You like the idea, though?
Oh, I love the idea.
If you're Coach Cameron, you're okay with that?
Absolutely, yeah. 1-4-1 into a 2-3.
Dumont.
And leaves the guy on the backside open.
Big push here. Got the Cardinal bench excited. Now a long heave is reeled in. Nice catch by Matthews.
Get a touch, Bedford.
Looks over the middle. That pass a little off target, and in trouble was Evan Shabati.
Oh, get the ball, guys.
Matthews trying to scoop. Fires on his way to the turf. Knocked down there.
Oh.
And a good play out of the cage by the young goaltender, Liam O'Keefe, able to beat Bedford's Griffin to earn the possession. Now Alex Dumont, little start and stop. Start again. Goes over midfield for the clear.
Bedford,
and here comes BG. Bedford does kill off the penalty.
Yeah.
And we're back to even strength.
Bedford was actually offsides there, too. Luke Purnell stepped over the 50, and they missed it.
Shot jammed up. This one goes sky high. Ends up with Alex Dumont, who quickly rifles a shot from the other wing. But again, ready and waiting is the junior goaltender Ian Fletcher, who's looked pretty good here in this first half.
He has, yeah. At least three of the four goals that the Cardinals have scored, he's defenseless goaltender. You can't expect him to come up big every single time like that.
He's got 4 or 5 saves, though.
I got him down for four. For 5. Yeah,
5.
That'll be his. I'm sorry, that's 4.
4 minutes in, second quarter. Cardinals a 4-1 lead, and now a whistle coming from well away from the ball, and it's a violation against Bedford.
Yeah, they stepped on too early by the looks.
Offsides. Cardinals look to cash in. Laurendow will do so. Well, they just beat him back down the other end of the floor, other end of the field. Laurendow, an easy catch and finish in front of the goal. His second of this first half.
As they often do. Coach Cameron, he knows about the fast whistle. And what a little bounce pass. And there should be an assist on that, too, to the long pole. That was Dumont. I'm going to give Dumont an apple on that.
So 5-1, Cardinals. Laurendow second. And a transition goal for the Cardinals. Meanwhile, a win here for the sophomore Fogo, Paulo Vasquez.
Yeah, starting to stack up on the face-off side for Bishop Guertin.
Somewhat even in that first quarter. Vasquez going to get this one himself. And now again a chance for more damage here with PG looking to extend this run. They've scored the game's last 4. Nearly 5 minutes in, second quarter. Dumont going to wave off the screen, come middle, being chased by one of Bedford's better defenders, Sheridan. Now reeled in on the far side. It's Matzuski. Dumont and now Young trying to come downhill. Goes back middle. Good switch up top by Bedford. Dumont. Little hesitation, little stutter. Kerr comes over and pokes it loose. That's a good play with the pole, and he's going to get the ground ball to boot.
Good look.
Atoning perhaps for that earlier penalty by forcing a turnover here. Nearing the midway point, second quarter. Bedford trying to keep their head above water here. The defense has done their job, but only one goal to show from the attack so far. That came on an EMO goal from freshman Bennett Matthews midway through the first quarter. A goal here would end a 4-0 run by BG. Nowhere to go for Gaffney, and now they'll try it up top here with Griffin.
They need to get Hadley off.
Griffin gets inside the defender.
This is what happens. Here we go.
And now back out here for the freshman Helton. Helton avoids one man, but can't avoid the second as Rourke pokes it loose from behind. Persistent defensive play by the Hofstra commit. Picked up by Canaway. Up for Dumont. Little jab step and a rifling shot. It's going to find its way home via the top shelf. That's Brady Dumont's second. And the BG run continues now. 5 unanswered. The lead is 5 for the first time at 6-1.
Yeah, I mean, forced errors here. Helton gets through on the dodge, but not the second. And the BG pursuit is relentless. Causes a turnover. In transition, this is just what Coach Cameron was hoping to do as far as controlling the pace of this game.
So 2 for Lorendo, 2 for Brady Dumont. Connor Gabord and Connor Bouvier accounting for the other 2 Cardinal scores. As I mentioned, Bennett responsible for the lone Bedford goal. This is a pig pile. Finally taken chest high off the bounce by Bishop Guertin's Rourke. And then O'Keefe, a long rifling pass, broken up at midfield. The Bedford defender, Nicholas Hadley, lost his stick. That allows Alex Dumont to collect. And the Cardinals looking to settle down here once again on the attack as we close in on 5 minutes remaining first half.
Yeah, that was a pig pile. Bedford actually won that faceoff and lost it very quickly.
Well, both defenses have brought the intensity, as we've seen.
Oh, nice look.
Dumont thought about it. Sheridan shuts down the shooting lane. Going to reverse it. Kiley, eyes on the prize. Looking to shake. Draws a slide and then escapes back to the far wing.
Backside is open.
Here's Dumont. Again, closed out well by the big-bodied Sheridan, who's going to poke it loose with the long stick.
That's a hold.
They're going to play on. Cardinals end up with it. Gabord trying to avoid 2 defenders. Lorendo trying to help him out, and does so. Cardinals continuing to rack up some of these ground balls here to extend the possession as we near the 4-minute mark, second quarter. Kiley lost his footing and the ball.
Good pop.
And Bedford's going to come out looking to streak down the other way. This is Henryshawn. Right side, Gaffney across the zone, broken up. Trying to find Luke Purnell, the sophomore attack, but the ball never got to him.
Yeah, I think he should have shot that ball.
Meanwhile, a timeout on the field. It comes with just inside of 4 minutes, second quarter. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. And, of course, by Roger Howe Real Estate, part of the Beam Group. Call 603-247-1583. Call him now. You'll get him because he's on the phone. And that, of course, is his cell phone.
Lives on his phone.
Number. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. Our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Presented by Beals Insurance. Cardinals played with the lead here most of this first half. They scored the last 5, but Bedford has done some good things in this first half as well.
They have, and defensively they are picking it up a notch here in this second quarter. Again, this has been one of the Achilles' heels for the Bulldogs in the last couple of years, and that is their own mistakes have hurt them. And now you got a team like BG that creates transition and causes turnovers. So it's going to be this is an important possession right now. Very important.
Inside of 4 minutes, second quarter.
There it is.
Somebody's open. Toscano
Nice
goes
save.
low off the pole. I thought I heard it ring. This one rolls out of bounds far side and ends up with Bedford.
Let's see here. I think it hit him in the knee.
Pretty good effort either way.
You might be right, Nick, the way that came
Tough
off.
to tell. I thought I heard that distinct dinging. Meanwhile, Matthews double-teamed, and it's out. And then poked off the turf by Dylan Young. Pretty good play there with the long pole. Goes up the middle with a high outlet pass. It's reeled in overhead by Hunter Dwaney, a freshman midfielder getting some burn here for Coach Cameron. Down to 3 minutes until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll look back at that first half with stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard. All that and more coming up in just a few moments at halftime.
Nice
Meanwhile,
check.
Laurendo,
Oh,
violation, stepped in the crease there trying to reverse direction behind the net. Good defense there by Bedford. Well, the Bulldogs have done a pretty good job against this formidable ride here.
good trap ride, too, in the middle here with the midfielders. Oh,
Sheridan's
nice.
pass knocked down. I think it was Alex Dumont who got a stick on it. Laurendo, the ground ball. Goes up the far side wing, and there's a spin move by Karen. Karen, on his way to the net, pass through the zone, goes high. It's going to be kept in bounds here along the near sideline by Micah Dunsmore, junior midfielder for BG. Timeout, Cardinals. It's going to come with 2:19 remaining. A little bit of a helter-skelter, it seemed like there, and Coach Cameron going to use his second timeout to regroup here.
Yeah, I mean, the boys on the field there, that's six in this half of the field. They were pursuing well, and they were pretty tenacious on that far side of the field to get the ball back. And now it's time to give them a little bit of rest, as you can tell. An errant pass here and not so smart setup from the far side. But, this is a good timeout for the Cardinals.
Looking down on the field here, it looks like we're going to get some halftime entertainment.
Yes, we are.
Some of the young Bedford players, some of the youth players.
It's nice to see.
It looks like they're going to have an inter-squad battle here in front of this large crowd.
I believe this is
at the big boy game.
This is a U12 age group. It's nice to see the different helmets from the different select teams out there. But yeah, this is the future of Bulldog lacrosse about to come out on the field here at halftime. BG's ready to go here. Bedford's got to come in with a good defensive stance here. Try and get this ball back. 6-1 with 2:19 left on the clock. Bishop Guertin has one timeout left, so be aware of that. They may need to to use that last timeout to get last shot here. And Bedford is out of timeouts.
2:19 to go. BG has scored the last 5 goals, including both goals in this second quarter. Kylie has been contained so far, the standout Holy Cross commit. Sorry, Sacred Heart commit.
Oh.
Shot, no. Cannon second goes wide. Well, a juicy rebound there on the doorstep for the senior attackman, Jacob Cannon.
Yeah, did he misfire? Did it
I don't know if he was hit as on the release there. We see the initial save.
And then
Karen.
Yeah, he misfired. He got checked.
Yep.
He got checked.
Good
clear.
heads-up play by the defender, Brian Riccio. Bedford on the clear.
Yeah, good move.
See Dylan Soden going to swim through 2 defenders to secure it for Bedford. His teammate Helton going to whip it over here for Griffin, and Bedford in no hurry over the final 90 seconds.
Absolutely not. And wait till the offense gets out on the field, guys.
Personnel looks like it's in place now. Griffin being shadowed by Rourke. All-State defender right on his heels.
Yeah, this is what that relentless badgering so far outside the restraining box is really affecting the way the Bulldogs are running their offense.
Covering a lot of ground defensively.
Gotta go here.
Griffin forces the slide, near side.
Good recovery
Nothing
by
going
the
for
Cardinals.
Purnell. Yeah, good closeout. Purnell had nothing. And we're inside now the final minute before halftime.
Get out of there.
Double team, freshman in trouble. It's loose. Bouvier has it for BG. Going to spin his way away from Helton. Helton recovers with a pretty good check. And now the goaltender in on the clear effort. Sophomore comes near side. It's collected chest high by Dylan Young, who steps over the 50. And now maybe BG thinking final shot here as we creep up on 30 seconds remaining.
Yep. This is where they are relentless.
Dumont behind the net. Trying to shake off Sheridan. We're down to 15 seconds. Pass taken up top. Jump shot, Karen denied. And that'll bring the whistle. Is there a penalty down there?
I thought I saw a flag, but I can't see it now. So what do we got here?
It's one penalty so far each way in this first half.
Cross-check on Brady Helton.
It's going to be against Bedford.
Toscano?
It's either Helton or Toscano. It's Helton.
Helton.
The freshman's going to drop to his knee in the penalty box. Second penalty against Bedford.
This is not what you want to do. I mean,
13 seconds. Do we see a shot here, or does Coach Cameron elect to carry it over?
Well, I think I would go for a shot here. You got a full minute. Why not try and put something in and then double up? He's been winning the faceoffs.
Yeah. 13 seconds. Cardinals a 6-1 lead. Bouvier one-on-one against Kerr here near side. Plenty of room to work.
Well, he's gonna keep it.
Gonna throw it over the top to Gabord, who's in no hurry.
Yeah, they're gonna keep it.
And the Cardinals plan to run out the final seconds and take us to halftime. A 6-1 lead on the board for the two-time defending Division I state champion Bishop Guertin Cardinals. They've scored 5 straight and look pretty good, especially on the defensive end through the first now 24 minutes.
Well, let's put it this way. Last time these two teams met, it was 7-0 Bishop Guertin at the end of the first quarter. So you've got to feel pretty good in comparison to that game, especially how well they have come out and held the Cardinals to only 6 goals at this point. They need to step it up on offense, though, and they got to eliminate the mistakes.
Coming up, a look back at that first half, stats, highlights, analysis, a busy Tuesday night statewide as well. We'll get the out-of-town scoreboard and take a peek at the on-field activities as well. It's an inter-squad game from the 5th and 6th graders. Bedford Cannons, led by Mike Morris and Friends of Bedford Lacrosse, going to square off here and enjoy the large crowd here in Bedford. More in a moment. Halftime, Cardinals 6, Bulldogs 1. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
time real quick and introduce you guys to these athletes.
Well, there are members of the 5th and 6th grade Bedford Cannons lacrosse team, led by Coach Mike Morris. And putting on a show here, part of the Friends of Bedford Lacrosse. And frankly, I was impressed there during the break. Some of the skill level here of these youngsters getting a well-deserved moment in the sun, so to speak, in front of a large crowd here in Bedford. Halftime between Bishop Guertin and Bedford. BG, your two-time defending Division I state champions, with a 6-1 lead on the road. And they looked as good as advertised in that first half. Scored the game's first goal, Brady Dumont, the senior, on his way to Villanova, the junior. Hard to believe he's only a junior. He seems like he's been around.
True.
But he's one of the state's better players, and he showed it in the first 3 minutes by scoring the game's initial goal. Then Bedford took advantage of a BG penalty, an EMO goal by the freshman Bennett Matthews. Tied the game at 1 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. But the Cardinals close out the frame on a high note. Connor Gabord put the visitors back in front 2-1. A few seconds later, Connor Bouvier made it 3-1. And then in the final seconds, Aiden Lorando scores his first goal with less than 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. So 4-1 BG as we headed to the second, and then a mistake by the Bulldogs led to a transition opportunity cashed in by Lorando to make it 5-1 about 4 minutes into that second quarter. And then Dumont's second comes at the midway point. Both defenses clamped down over the final 6 minutes, and that's where we are on the eve of the third quarter. 6-1 Bishop Guertin.
6-1, and we've got to give it to Ian Fletcher, the goaltender for the Bulldogs, having come up with 6 big stops in that first half, and they were not easy saves. These were some pretty good rifle shots, with the exception of that one last save that was right on his doorstep. But I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the way the Bulldogs are playing defense out there. They need to settle down with the freshmen out on the offensive side of the field and just be a little bit more aware of what's going on as far as the full court press that the Bulldogs or the Cardinals are putting on the Bulldogs, and just stop the errors. Just stop the errors. I mean, 6-1 is not a score that you can't get back from, right. But it is Bishop Guertin, and you got to play perfect lacrosse to do that at this point.
Some of the other scores, Roger, busy day in general, but especially on the boys' side in Division II.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
As we talked about Wyndham off air, putting their undefeated record up against Winnicott. Portsmouth, one of the 3 unbeatens in the division as well, the 2-time defending champ. And, of course, Derryfield is 5-0 as well. Yeah. So we've got some scores here early in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's disappointing that we're not getting a lot more tweets out there. This year seems to be a little bit slower in getting that information out, and if it weren't for Joe Marshall-Lane, I don't know if we'd even get that many scores.
He's the best, for sure.
All of these programs that are playing today have got a Twitter account. They're just dormant, or they haven't been used since 2014, as in the case of Winnicott's lacrosse account. But we've got Goffstown is playing just a few miles here away from Bulldog Stadium against the Clippers, and it's 11-5 at half there. That is one score that we've got
favoring Portsmouth.
Favoring Portsmouth.
Yep.
Yeah. Pinkerton at Andover. They don't start until 7:15 tonight.
That's already the third out-of-state opponent the Astros have faced.
Yeah.
Fourth, excuse me. They got a 2-1 out-of-state record.
Yeah, they lost their last game out-of-state to Longmeadow.
Right.
They beat St. John's,
and
Shrewsbury.
Yep.
And they beat Falmouth. Yes, indeed. Kudos to Coach Gaudreau and doing the same thing with his program that has been traditionally the case with the Astros and with the Cardinals. And a number of other programs. I mean, I think, Bishop Guertin was the start of all of that years ago, although Pinkerton did really start that with Longmeadow many years ago as well.
Coach O'Reilly's early days, right?
Yeah. Even before NHIAA started, divisions in
Pre-94, right?
Pre-94, yeah. They were basically playing other private schools.
That's one of many trends that the old ball coaches started. Coach O'Reilly, now,
Exactly.
of course, the athletic director, and still head football coach over at Pinkerton Academy.
Indeed.
Anything different you see from either team here, strategy-wise, in the second half?
For the Cardinals, no.
No.
I think, if anything, Coach would like to see them be maybe start to settle down a little bit on offense and run some plays because they've had so many transition goals.
Right.
You got to prep up here for your next game, and in their case, they're going to be playing Exeter, as we said, and then they've got another tough one, Bishop Stepanak, after that.
And then Exeter again.
Yeah. So, maybe you run a little more settled offense here. If you're, of course, they're going to run an EMO play here, so they're going to have a little bit of a settle. Starting in that 1-4 again, let's see if that morphs into that 2-3 with a backdoor guy, which is the guy, back at X behind the goal. So here we go.
It'll be an extra man opportunity for BG for the next 47 seconds. As the second Bulldog penalty came with just 13 seconds remaining before halftime. So, Coach Cameron,
Right.
who elected not to shoot over the final 13 seconds, wanted his team to come out with the extra man here to begin the third quarter and the ball. Go board, near side for Kylie. Little game of catch. They're going to try on the far side, Bouvier. Look out. It came out like a bullet.
As it always does.
About a foot wide. We saw a couple of rockets in that first half from the Holy Cross commit. Here's one that's going to find its way home. That's Connor Gabord. The senior midi headed to Army. Showing you why there. 7-1 now, as we've seen now an EMO goal each way. BG has now scored 6 straight and lead by 6 for the first time.
Yeah, did we say bullet? That was a bullet. That
was a howitzer, it looked like.
Oh, my gosh. So that's a carryover penalty with an EMO goal for Bishop Guertin. Now we're back to facing off, and Roberta wins it. So
he's done well.
He has. He started off very good. I had the face-offs at 6-3, Bishop Guertin. Which is unusual with J.J. Murphy in years
so
past.
Used to, right? J.J. just going 19 of 20 seemingly.
Yeah, running the
every
table.
time out.
Yeah.
Playing on a very good Bryant team, as we know, at the NCAA level now. But he was a 4-year starter for Coach Cameron.
Yeah, and he was just
widely
phenomenal.
Considered the best in the business statewide. Big shoes to fill for Vasquez. Meanwhile, good pass here, but the player falls down on the front porch. That's Purnell, who couldn't quite reel it in. O'Keefe gets to it. Long rainbow outlet pass is hauled in by Dumont. And now the Cardinals will pump the brakes here. A 7-1 lead on the board with a minute and a half now gone by third quarter. Coach Cameron going to switch up
they got
some of the
numbers.
midfielders here, right?
Yep.
Seen that throughout the game. Micah Dunsmore with a touch. And now Caleb Young. Lorendo, 2 goals in that first half. Matazuki, low pass for Dumont. And around the horn it goes once again for Dunsmore. Back middle, wants his own shot, low, and swallowed up. Fletcher save number 7 for Bedford.
He saw that well. Good vision, clear path, easy save.
Here's Soden, responsible for leveling a big hit a week ago that sidelined Exeter's arguably best player.
Yeah, Gavin.
And we wish Gavin a speedy recovery, but he's been out for a week or so with what was a head injury on a 3-minute lock penalty from Dylan Soden.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I've gotten a little bit of feedback from the Exeter side on him. He is out. But, yes, we didn't get a chance to say it at the end of the broadcast. last week, but we wish him luck.
Yeah.
We wish that he has a
And Exeter's been, of course,
quick
just continuing to roll without him. Shows you how good that program is. But against some of these better teams, BG coming up, their chances improve, to say the least, with him back in the lineup. So
yes, indeed.
we hope he's back.
And they do miss him. They bring Owen Williams, a lefty, back down in his slot to fill the gap that Lechner leaves.
Meanwhile, there's a behind-the-back pass. It's going to spur a reversal here. Kylie near side, fires from a crowd. It goes high. Good hustle on the backside there by the Bulldogs. Henry Shawn couldn't quite get there, though. It'll stay at this end.
This is something that the Bulldogs have done very good today, which is they've shut down Timmy Kiley.
Yeah.
He's had a few touches, a couple of shots, and I don't think he's got one on goal yet. Good collapse by the Bulldogs.
Bouvier lost it.
Good pursuit.
Kerr against Dumont.
Well done.
Kerr wins the battle for Bedford. A good stop there by the home team.
All right, and this is where they have to capitalize. They force a turnover. They get the ball back, get a good clear, and make something out of it. Feel good about yourself here.
4 minutes gone by, third quarter. Bedford seeking their first goal since about midway through the first quarter. Instead, they turn it over here on the clear as the pass sails out of bounds over the head of the intended target, Griffin.
Just what you don't want to have happen, obviously.
And they had been doing a pretty good job on the clear up until then.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's Kiley trying to free himself up.
Goes off a body by the looks.
Yeah, line drive shot went a couple of feet wide to the left. Laurendo the closest to it. It'll stay with the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's very deflating, too. You work that hard, you cause a turnover, and
give it right
kind
back.
of freeze up and give it back, yeah.
Go board. Looking for the hat trick. Goes off the crossbar. Karen trying to keep it in play for BG. It's poked out.
This is what you need
by
to see.
Bedford's Hadley.
Yep.
And then a foot race here is going to end with a BG possession.
Yeah.
You disagree there?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Rather bang play. Kerr in pursuit. Laurendo is there as well. Meanwhile, shot from Bouvier. Again goes wide, and again will stay at this end with now 5 minutes gone by in this fast-moving third quarter.
Yeah, and only one goal so far. So, bad pass. Wow. Write that one down. You don't see a pass like that from the Cardinals very often.
And a rare unforced error.
Very, very rare.
By BG. So Bedford, the defense keeping a minute. Problem is the Cardinal defense is working on now nearly 2 quarters of shutout Lacrosse.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I mean, the Bulldogs are their own worst enemy right now on offense.
This Cardinal pressure has been relentless. Meanwhile, numbers here. They go across the zone. Gaffney goes overhead to collect. Poke loose again. Two Cardinals in pursuit. Gaffney trying to find safety here. Reverses direction. Yeah. Picked up on the switch now by the Cardinals' Carlo Catalan. Senior committed to Wentworth. Gaffney's going to bring him behind the cage.
Yeah, you don't need to make that pass from Kalisa to Gaffney. You got your guys here. Don't make an errant pass like that. Force it.
Yeah, 2 defenders there in front of the crease. One of them got a piece. Midway through third quarter.
This is interesting. The way the defense is setting up for the Cardinals. They're letting Kalisa just kind of hang out. And the Bulldogs are not recognizing that.
Kalisa kind of hiding behind the cage right now.
Yeah.
He was, of course, Bedford's high point scorer last season as a sophomore. Now he gets a touch. Looking for a cutter. Toscano can't reel it in. Ball loose again. Fanned on by Kalisa and given back to Bishop Guertin.
Boy, if you're a coach out there and you see a one-handed ground ball attempt like Kalisa just did, you're pulling your hair out. You need that ball back.
They'll get it here. Griffin to the rescue. Another errant pass from Bishop Guertin. Griffin going to hit the brakes.
All right, settle this down, Bulldogs.
Timeout. I think you're on the same wavelength here with first-year head coach Drew Bordeaux. He's going to use his first timeout of this third quarter with just over 5 minutes remaining. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks Showcase and Development for College Lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. Also by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. And finally by Roger Howe Real Estate, part of the Bean Group. Call 603-247-1583 or email Roger at rhowerealestate.com. Nick Anastas with R. Howe up here in the booth. 7-1 Cardinals. This was 1-1 about midway through the first quarter. Both defenses have clamped down. Bishop Guertin has scored the last 6 and lead by 6 here as we head towards the final 5 minutes of this third quarter. BG, of course, trying to improve to 4-1 overall with a win here on the road.
This is one of those turning points in the game. You're halfway through the third. You got the ball. You need a goal badly to kind of keep things flowing in the right direction for you as you make this comeback. And they have got to make the best of this. I think Coach Cameron was happy for that timeout just as much as the Bulldogs were. This is where they make the mistake.
Griffin.
Get out of there.
In trouble.
Yeah.
Knocked down in a crowd. Was he yanked down? Yes, he was.
Yeah.
According to our official Travis Glennon.
Yeah, they held his stick under the arm of the defender. But I think Coach Cameron, he could not have been very happy with that sequence of the last couple of minutes, either clearing or on offense. And he didn't even go into the huddle when they came over to the sideline. I think he told his troops. There it is. Good
shot,
save.
Toscano. That's his first on net. The senior lost his stick afterwards. Denied by O'Keefe. Picked up by Rourke. And now a clear attempt here from Ronan Ballesteri, one of the juniors. His father's in the crowd here just in front of us. Ballesteri also a member of that Cardinals football team. All right. BG. Again looking for spacing here. And as you mentioned, trying to clean a few things up here. Just one goal so far in this third quarter. Now with just 4 minutes to go. Alex Dumont looking towards the sideline. Coach Cameron again going to shuffle the cards and bring on fresh legs. This is Connor Hughes, the senior.
Yep, starting in that 1-4 again.
Dunsmore.
Nice.
Behind cage, ball on the ground. Kerr making a play.
Push.
They have been too aggressive there as he collides with the Cardinals' Emerson Warren, knocking Warren, the senior, to the ground and drawing the whistle.
Correct call. Correct call by Robin Day.
Inside of 4 minutes. Brady Dumont, 2 goals for Bishop Guertin, along with Lorendo and Gabord, 2 apiece for those 3 players. Good closeout on the weak side there by Henry Shawn. Dumont going to fire upstairs. Denied. Great overhead save as Ian Fletcher continuing to hold his own in cage here. The Bedford Junior has kept his team in the game.
Yes, and I will tell you this. Ian Fletcher, as a junior, is not on the All-State watch list, but I'm telling you, he's making a case, I'll tell you.
Had 7 saves in that first half. Is added to that total through now 9+ minutes here in the third. We're inside of 3 minutes to go.
Oh,
Bedford looking for their first goal since the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. They're going to throw this pass all the way back to midfield where it's whistled and given to the Cardinals.
Yeah. The defender there, he missed the poke back into play, and it does go over.
Here's Karen trying to fish it off the turf. Karen, a St. Anselm commit, going to stay here locally.
I don't like this matchup here.
Kylie, shot.
Wow.
No, sir.
Wow.
This is Fletcher. Kylie, an actual open look, which has been rare today. Got what he wanted there, but Fletcher pulled out the big eraser.
Yeah.
swallowed up another one for Bedford.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous there for the Bulldogs with Luke Sy on Timmy Kiley, but Kiley just missed it. Here it is. Oh.
Again, knocked down, it looked like at the last moment. Kaliza trying to box out and scoop that one off the turf for Bedford. This one goes wildly back towards midfield where it's finally gathered on the run by Kiley. Able to clear it for BG. Now Bouvier, eyes on the cage. No-look pass, sets up a shot, and there's the score. Caleb Young took a brilliant pass on that weak side and finished the job for his first goal of the afternoon. Cardinals continuing to stretch this one, now 8-1 with 1:45 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, just unfortunate ground ball work down there by the Bulldogs. They got beat on the groundwork, and they're off to the races again. How many times have we talked about that transition game? And here's another face-off win for the Cardinals.
Pass, though, is going to get through everybody and end up out of play. A little miscommunication, perhaps.
Yeah, and this is rather unusual for the Cardinals to have this kind of sloppy play, if I may say so. That doesn't come out of my mouth very easily because they've been so precise over the years. But good bump.
Griffin absorbs the hit.
Up high.
Able to keep his footing somehow after taking two blows there.
This is what he did in the Exeter game, if you recall, to kill a penalty.
Yeah.
Zach went all the way around and actually scored on the goal that was called off for the Bulldogs.
Henry Sean is going to come out of the box. And we're down to 1 minute, back at even strength. Bedford trying to get back into this one goal at a time here. And apparently no hurry as we're down to 50 seconds.
Yeah, but a change of pace for the Cardinals. They stopped. Now they are, but they had stopped and allowed them to get a breath.
Slide is going to force Toscano to give it up.
There it is. Nice play.
Back door.
No.
Kaliza, extra pass for Gaffney out in front, knocked away and taken away by Rourke.
Kaliza's got to take that shot. He has got to take that shot.
A little too unselfish maybe by the junior.
Yeah, he's done that 3 times, though. That's his third pass to the middle that's gotten batted down this game.
Meanwhile, Cardinals against the clear. Charlie Bellavance, standout running back.
Out.
The fall there. Too much mustard on that pass for Karen to handle. And given back over to Bedford with 13 seconds remaining.
Just don't turn it over.
Can the Cardinals force a stop, or does Bedford have enough to go down the field here? We're down to 5 seconds. Helton. Long pass intercepted off the bounce by Rourke. Another takeaway for the senior. And that'll do it for the third quarter. BG, slowly but surely, taking control of this one. 8-1. They've scored 7 straight and have held Bedford off the board since midway through the first quarter. Do the Bulldogs have what it takes to come up with a monumental fourth quarter comeback, or do the Cardinals capture this one wire to wire? We begin to find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Too wet up there, right? So far. All right, back here, fourth quarter. BG on top of Bedford, 8-1 here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. First of 2 here on this field. The ladies on the way. Scheduled 6:30 Eastern start. Latest chapter in that rivalry between two of the best teams in Division I on the girls' side. Meanwhile, here in the boys' game, it's been really all BG. Scored the game's first goal, Brady Dumont, less than 3 minutes in, made it 1-0. Bedford's lone score today came from freshman Bennett Matthews, an extra man opportunity goal. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cardinals score the final three of the first quarter. Gabord, Bouvier, Laurendo. Laurendo's stung a little bit. It came with less than 3 seconds remaining to put the Cardinals up 4-1 going into the second quarter. Then Laurendo's second and Dumont's second. Make it 6-1. We go scoreless the final 6 minutes, end up at 6-1 at halftime. Two more in that third quarter, another from Gabord, the first from Caleb Young, in that order. Gabord's was an EMO goal, and Young's came inside of 2 minutes remaining. So 8-1 is where we are here at the start of this fourth quarter. Cardinals looking to improve to 4-1 with the win. Bedford hoping to avoid their second straight loss.
Got a flag down here, Nick.
Ball is down. Kerr picks it up. And now the whistle and the penalty on the way here against Bedford with a minute now in the books here in the fourth quarter.
At least one on Matthews by the looks. It could be a second one, too. Got a hold.
That is the, I believe, fourth penalty now against Bedford.
Yeah, it's only the one. Oh, no, I see this, too. There's 18.
It's Riccio and Matthews, both on a knee in the Bedford box. So another obstacle here for first-year head coach Drew Bordeaux on the Bedford sideline. His club trailing big and now going to be shorthanded to boot. Just four defenders on the field in white after the double penalty. Cardinals looking to make quick work. Kiley trying to get on the scorer's sheet. Misfires from the far wing. It'll stay here.
I believe these are both 30-second penalties, too. I'm not sure, but the motion by Robin Day was a hold twice, so we'll see here. Coming off at, 10:32 in 10 seconds, so we'll see. Uh-oh.
Laurendo trying to beat the goaltender himself and avoid the crease, and that one will count. He goes low to beat Fletcher and make this now a 9-1 game.
Yeah, just a tired defense out there that is just going through the motions on this, and they really did not pick up on him at all. Plain and simple.
It's a hat trick for Laurendo in his first since the second quarter.
So that releases both penalties and really just clears up whether or not they were both technical fouls or not.
All right. So 9-1, an EMO goal. Second of the day for BG. Well, as we mentioned, a tough schedule on the way for Bishop Guertin. They'll take on Exeter Thursday in Nashua, a weekend affair against out-of-state Archbishop Stepanak. Crosstown rivalry game at South on Monday of next week, and then at Exeter for the second time in a week on Tuesday. So a lot of lacrosse coming up for Coach Cameron's team over the next week. Bedford, meanwhile, after a week off in action tonight, they got 4 in a row on the road. Their next 4. At Hollis Brookline, at North, at the Manchester Kings, and then at Londonderry before returning home at the end of next week with Salem. Here's a shot and a score. Dumont now with a hat trick of his own. That's Brady, who took the pass there and knew what to do with it.
Yeah, he just rips it. Look at the
a little indecision there by the defender.
There shouldn't have been. When you're not the slide guy, there shouldn't be any indecision there. You should be right on your guy.
So 10-1. 2.5 gone by, fourth quarter. And lopsided score here, but I think Bedford, win or lose, is going to take away some good things today, especially defensively. But here in the fourth quarter, perhaps the depth of Bishop Guertin starting to come to the forefront here.
Yeah.
Some tired legs perhaps in white.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And probably the one with the most tired legs is going to be Roberto. You got a new goalie in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a save right off the bat. That's Ethan Kahn, a freshman, cutting his teeth here at the varsity level with a nice save. Bedford, a nice clear.
Yeah.
And now trying to cash in for the first goal since the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Howe, who played goalie his entire career, he's been working with Ethan, and he's told me he likes what he sees.
There's a nice pass and finish.
13. Does Kaliza finally get on the scoreboard?
Yep, it's an assist for the junior. The freshman Bennett Matthews gets his second goal. And we've seen Bedford today try that a few times, Roger, that over the top, over the zone pass. This time it gets through. And Brady Matthews has his second goal.
Yeah, and a different defense in there, and a little bit.
Bennett Matthews, excuse me.
Yeah, Bennett Matthews. Just a little different look there in the middle for the Cardinals, which forced a seam.
So 10-2. That also broke up a 9-0 run by Bishop Guertin. Face-off win for Vasquez, who has given BG an advantage at the X today.
Big time, yeah. He's come away with 4 straight here in this fourth quarter.
And now a timeout. Coach Cameron saw his guy was in trouble along the sideline. Ryan Kelly running out of room quickly. And Coach Cameron going to burn his first timeout of this second half with 3.5 gone by. His club out in front, 10-2. Reminder after this one, just getting going here in Bedford. Second part of a women's-men's doubleheader. Coach Hodgson and her Bulldogs getting ready right now to take on their arch rivals, Bishop Guertin. BG, they suffered their first in-state loss in 4 years last week when they fell to Portsmouth. And looking to get back.
Oh, girls.
Yes,
yeah.
Looking to get
Caught
back.
me off guard there, bud.
In the win column here. Of course, Bedford is undefeated on the girls' side. So that's a big, big matchup and a big, big rivalry on the way. Again, scheduled for originally 6:30, 15 minutes from now, but I don't believe we'll be getting off the ground on time. But
yeah, it's almost about time to turn the lights on here for the end of this game, actually. It's getting very, very dark all of a sudden.
Yeah. Overcast skies. The rain has been off and on. The sun has poked in and out. Right now, an overcast sky.
Well, let's see what Coach Cameron has switched up here as far as his personnel coming out. He's still got Kylie out there. Kylie has been kept off the score sheet today. He's still got Gabord out there. He's still got Karen out there.
Bouvier.
Yep, Bouvier. So the starters are still out there on offense for the Cardinals.
Laurendow, Dumont, and Gabord rounding out the 6 in green.
Oop,
off the screen.
No.
Karen on the run, misfires a couple inches high. And that one ends up out of bounds. Gabord the closest to it, and the restart will come from the corner. With now 4 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Well, a two-front war now for the Bulldogs. Of course, the opponent is Bishop Guertin. The clock also working against the home team right now. Here's a rifling pass. Flies out of the stick of Laurendow. Over and back the call. Quick restart for Purnell. And Bedford looking to cash in. Pass up the field. Take it in. Gaffney's bouncer. Won't get through.
Now
Tipped
protect.
over the top. O'Keefe out of the net. Kaliza without a play is going to trot here to the corner and restart for the Bulldogs.
Kaliza doesn't look right. I've seen him play a lot this year, and he just doesn't look like he's very comfortable out there.
Defense has got a good job.
There it is.
Focusing on him. Meanwhile, Toscano off the cut. Firing on the move, but O'Keefe, the sophomore, in his first career start. He's only given up the 2 goals, makes a save there to his left. Outlet handled, and now cleared by Ballesteri. But then a good play defensively by Bedford's Hadley. Pokes it back on the ground, and look out. Matthews goes flying.
No penalty there.
Freshman wanted the penalty, won't get it, have to settle for a whistle.
Yeah, no possession creates no flag. Just a stoppage and a change of possession.
Yep.
For as fast as the first 3 quarters have gone, this fourth quarter has gone very slow.
Yeah. Things have a way of evening out, I suppose.
I guess so.
5 minutes in fourth quarter.
You know, we need bigger goals and a shot clock like baseball has done with bases and a pitch clock.
Yep.
Not really. I know Coach Hetler from Derryfield would like to see a shot clock.
Yeah, and that's a hot topic, not just in the lacrosse world, but in basketball circles. That's being called for as well here in New Hampshire. Meanwhile, this one goes off. Was that the crossbar or the near
pole? No, off his face mask, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think he
well, that'll wake you up. Matthews.
Yeah. No, off his face mask and then the crossbar. Yes, there it is.
This one is going to cash in.
This is Kaliza.
Well, you can't hold down a good goal scorer like that for too long, and the junior proves why there as he steps into one.
Yeah,
able to come off. Looked like a backside
backhand
curl there, and then
a little Connor Arbusto shot from a couple of years ago.
That's
a little
right.
Underhand scoop.
That's right.
And that Gaffney gets the assist on that.
I believe that play is still in our introduction.
It is, actually. Yes, it is.
And that occurred on this field 2 years ago.
Indeed.
This kid's starting to look good. Vasquez showing you why he won the job and took over for the great J.J. Murphy.
Yeah. I talked to Coach Rover, who is now coaching the Hillsborough Deering John Stark team, and that's where Paulo comes from. And I can remember him telling me a couple of years ago how good that kid was going to be as a freshman. And here he is, in Division One, making his way. So he's come a long way, and good for him.
Just past the midway point now. Fourth quarter, 10-3. Bedford has scored back-to-back goals. Matthews his second a few moments ago,
Good
and then
save.
Kaliza. It's another stop for the freshman in net, Ethan Kahn. Bulldogs going to take their time here on the cleared against the BG Ride. Sheridan launch one for Matthews, too strong in the middle of the field. It's scooped up on the back end by Bishop Guertin, long pole, Dylan Young. Pretty good move by Ballesteri here. Going to lower that left shoulder. The football player drops it, recovers. Being pressed out here pretty well by Riccio. Riccio tripped him. Yep. Flag's going to be thrown here by the official at midfield, Robin Day. And another Bedford penalty going to be assessed here with inside of 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't mind you trying to set up an over-the-head check like that, but he really kind of muffed it the way he did it. He did not set him up in the right position. You can do that as a defender sometimes. Bishop Guertin's just too good. Great awareness.
If you're just joining us, this game was tied at 1 midway through the first period. BG would score 3 more to end the quarter, 2 more in the second quarter to push the halftime lead to 6-1. That lead grew here in the second half to 10-1 before back-to-back goals from Bedford over the last couple of minutes. Made this a little more respectable on the scoreboard, 10-3.
Watch for the Cardinals to set up Timmy Kiley here so he can get on the board.
He's really the only notable Cardinal player who has not scored.
Yes, indeed.
One poked away. Rough and tumble here as Hadley hits the ground.
Oh,
and both
turnover.
coaches are upset on the sideline. They're going to give it to Bedford.
I can remember, must have been 2 years ago now, that when Dawson Clark for the Cardinals had been hurt for a while, and he made a couple of EMO visits out on the field to kind of get his feet wet.
That's right.
And they tried to set him up. Oh, a big pole score.
You got to like to see that. Kevin Sheridan, the junior defenseman, goes end to end there and shows you a little versatility there. A rare goal for the big man. So Bedford
And
starting
not
to
a
string
shorthanded.
together. Yeah,
Not shorthanded.
starting to string together. Yeah, we just went back to even strength, right?
No,
Or no?
actually, he
was-
is
that
still
was
in the
a
box.
shorty.
That was a shorthanded
Yeah.
goal. Yes, it was. I thought that they had called it technical, but he's still in the box. So that was a 1 minute penalty on him.
And that's
That's
three-
right. It was a trip. It was
Yeah.
a trip. Yeah.
And that's three in a row now.
Not a
for-
hold.
3 in a row now for Bedford.
Yep. So, yeah, shorthanded goal. You don't see that often,
No.
nor do you see a pole get a shorthanded goal like that.
Right. Bedford trying to close on a high note. They're within 6
Yeah, I mean, this is
for the first time since early in the second half.
exactly. Yeah, 7-1. I think it was, right?
Yep.
Oh, that was. I thought he went early there.
Vasquez beats Roberto. What do we got for tallies now?
Well, I've got BG up. That's their 6th win against 0 this quarter. So I've got 6-12. I got 13-4. And we did not have a face-off at the beginning of the second half, so the numbers should work.
Inside of 4 minutes. Cardinals. Let's see if they keep their foot on the gas and look for more goals, or is this about burning clock at this point?
I think you want to keep pumping.
No look.
Okay, good defense, good discipline. Yep.
Duck and weave from Dunsmore. He runs into trouble. Sheridan and Kerr converge for Bedford,
Nice.
and it's Kerr out of the pack for the Bulldogs.
I like it when I see a smart play by any defender out there on the field, especially right there. He didn't try and do it all himself, and he found safety. And just recreate your clear. Here we go.
Matthews trying to keep Bedford in motion here. The freshman gives it up for the senior Toscano. He's going to circle around on that far wing, look over at Coach Bordeaux, who's going to get a timeout here.
Yeah.
2:48. Bedford still working. We're going to cut into this gap a little more over the final couple of minutes.
Hey, you got to be feeling good if you're Bedford. I mean, to come up here and put 3 straight, on the board against their starters still, as they were in there. They've changed up a little bit now on defense. But my goodness, good timeout too. If you can cut it down to a doubling up of the score, where you got possession here, it'll be a good way to leave the field tonight, I would think.
Yeah. Again, Bedford, we've got Hollis Brookline coming up on Thursday. Of course, the Cavaliers, led by Coach St. Laurent down there in Division II. They're off to a good start at 3-1.
Yeah, that'll be a nice matchup. Both Coach Hale and Coach St. Laurent both played with Coach Matthew Howe with Tomahawks.
Okay.
So they all know each other
That's
very
right.
well.
It's a small world after all when you break it down.
I got to tell you, I mean, especially this year, to see some of the kids that I not only coached but knew about and talked about and coached against in high school coming back into the ranks, it's been very, very satisfying to see that, and we're seeing it a lot more these days. So it's been really, really good.
Well, coming up after the game, we'll break this one down. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard. And then we'll make way for Game 2. On the ladies' side, Bishop Guertin and Bedford coming up. That game will not start at 6:30 as originally scheduled, but hopefully we'll get it going shortly after. Kristen Cameron will join me in the booth, and we'll get you set up with a fresh link up on the YouTube channel as well. By the way, if you have not hit the subscribe button, do us and yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. You'll be in the know for the rest of the season and notified whenever we go
Good
live. All right, out of the timeout.
Yeah.
Looks like Coach Bordeaux drew up a pretty good look there for Griffin. It goes a little off target. Got a new goaltender for BG as well. That's Mike McDonough on the field for the first time. Pass mishandled far side. The pole for Bedford trying to stay in. That's Samuel Durso, the junior. Saves it to Canaway, who's on the other team. And the Cardinals end up with it here as we move towards 2 minutes to go fourth quarter. BG still a safe lead on the board at 10-4.
Yeah, I like what they drew up there. Just in a bad spot on the backup, so they lost the ball to the Cardinals on the offensive switch.
Some of the reserves both ways now on the field. Dursa seeing his first action, I believe, of the day for Bedford. And here's a look at Jeremy Warren. Offensive midi, a sophomore.
Ooh.
Warren knocked to his left, nearly lost the ball. Now he does. Somebody stepped over the line.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to give it to Bedford.
And referee Day was just about to grab her flag. She saw a push coming on Jeremy Warren there, and thankfully he kept his footing.
Meanwhile, Soden, the shoot on the run here. That one goes wide.
Yeah,
Stay here.
Kaliza didn't look good on that stretch. I don't know whether his knee is bothering him. He's not the fastest pony out there, but he doesn't look as comfortable as I've seen him.
May not be quite 100%. He's going to work on Rourke here. And, of course, that's never an easy matchup for any offensive player. Rourke, one of the best defenders. Hofstra's getting a good player there.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Meanwhile, Matthews,
Nice
good dodge, good pass. Purnell goes off the crossbar. Ball out of play near side. Bedford will keep it, and we're now inside of 1 minute remaining in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs looking to chip away and get a little bit closer by the time this one expires. Trailing here 10-4. Helton, near side. Purnell thought about it. Matthews not quite ready for it, but it's backed up on the far side, and a good play by Toscano. Down to 30 seconds. The senior on the move. Gets the step. Has a man. The shot is jammed up. Purnell hesitated a moment. That allowed Dylan Young to get a piece on the release. Bedford on the ground ball.
Good
One
recovery.
more shot there through the zone. Ball going to roll into the home bench, and it's back over to Bishop Guertin with now less than 14 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, good sequence of possession there for the Bulldogs. They had their chances, 2 or 3 of them actually.
Cardinals going to run out the clock. Bishop Guertin back on the winning track. 4-1 now after a 10-4 road victory over the Bedford Bulldogs. Bedford slips to 2-2 after dropping their second straight. This was a wire-to-wire win for Coach Cameron's club, and they look as good as advertised in the process. 10-4 the final. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and a preview of the second part of our doubleheader. All that in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
10-4 is our final. Bishop Guertin, they capture their fourth win of the season to improve to 4-1. A wire-to-wire win today here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, along with Roger Howe and the rest of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. This one got off the ground just as Coach Cameron was hoping. The first goal comes within 3 minutes. Brady Dumont able to light the lamp from the wing to make it 1-0. Then Bedford took advantage of an early BG penalty. They score an EMO goal from freshman Bennett Matthews to tie the game at 1, just over 5 minutes remaining first quarter. But a big finish to that opening frame for the visitors. Connor Gabord, Connor Bouvier, Aiden Laurendo. In that order, Laurendo's goal comes with less than 3 seconds to go in the first quarter to make it 4-1. Then Laurendo again in the opening moments of the second quarter stretches the BG lead to 5-1. Dumont's second comes a little over a minute later. 6-1 Cardinals at that point. Both defenses tighten up, and we play the final 6 minutes of the second quarter scoreless. So 6-1 was the halftime lead for the Cardinals. Third quarter, Connor Gabord, his second, comes on an EMO. 7-1 Cardinals at that point. Caleb Young makes it 8-1. And his goal comes inside of 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, the BG train continuing to run as Laurendo gets the hat trick, making it 9-1. Brady Dumont's hat trick makes it 10-1. Then Bedford, to their credit, finished the game strong. 3 unanswered. Bennett Matthews is second. Derek Kaliza. And then Kevin Sheridan, short-handed, makes it 10-4. And that does it. Another victory for Bishop Guertin. Now 4-1 on the season. Bedford slips to 2-2.
I got to tell you, although Bishop Guertin rolled tonight, I have some good thoughts leaving this game today about the Bedford Bulldogs. They were their own worst enemy today, causing a lot of their own unforced errors out there. And They were pretty tenacious on defense, and if you had told me that there was going to be a 10-4 score today, I would have been very happy with it. And if I'm Coach Bordeaux and Coach Howe, I would be happy with what I saw, with the exception of the mistakes. When you can play a team like Bishop Guertin and hold them to just 10 goals, you're doing pretty good. I mean, let's face it, Staples only scored 10 goals against Bishop Guertin. All right? And they're in the top 25. So good outcome. Cardinals roll, and on to the next game, which is going to be a beauty in 2 days.
Yeah, Bedford. They'll take on Hollis Brookline. That's an 11 a.m. game on Thursday. And, of course, the big matchup is round 1 between BG and Exeter. Round 2 comes your way next week.
I get 2 games on Thursday. I get a morning game,
Yeah.
and I get a night game, and I get
right.
to broadcast it, too.
I'm wondering if you're starting to design the schedule.
Well, it's about time I, was able to kind of see more games than the ones I'm broadcasting.
That's a good point.
That's a good thing for me.
All right, in Division 1 tonight, Pinkerton, another out-of-state challenge. They'll take on Andover at 7:15. Other D2 scores, Roger, Timberlane a winner earlier over Oyster River, 11-5 is the final. Conval a 6-2 win over Keene. And at last look, Portsmouth was leading Goffstown 11-6 early in the fourth quarter.
Wow. So, Portsmouth not scoring in the second half so far. It was 11-5 at half.
Yeah, so the latest look I get is 11-6.
Wow.
Portsmouth early in the fourth quarter. Roger, your final thoughts on what we saw here today?
I think that Bishop Guertin is Bishop Guertin. They're doing what they normally do. Coach Cameron might be a little bit concerned about what happened in the middle of that game with a lot of errant passes and some unusual turnovers and poor play that the Cardinals are not known for. But it was a very short stint, and looking back on the broadcast, Coach Bordeaux had called a timeout there, and I think that was advantageous for the Cardinals as well, to be able to kind of regroup and say, "Listen, guys, let's get back in our game." Bedford's got the right idea. They got the right thing going on here. Going into the Hollis Brookline game, that should be a win for them. And looking at their schedule ahead, they should have some pretty good contests coming up that they should be able to handle the competition. Can't wait to see what Bishop Guertin does on Thursday against the Blue Hawks. They are a powerhouse. That's going to be a preview of what could happen at the end of the year for the third straight year in a row.
And, of course, we'll be back to recap everything that happens this week to kick off next week, Monday, with another edition of FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're live from the Beals Insurance Studios every Monday night at 6 o'clock Eastern. Speaking of Beals Insurance, I want to thank the sponsors: Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, New Hampshire Tomahawks, Spectrum Monthly, and Roger Howe Real Estate. I want to thank the crew as well. Upstairs, Ian Maluski, really starting to fit right in here with us at FNL New Hampshire. We appreciate him braving the elements at times this afternoon and going to spearhead the effort here in game number 2 as well. I want to thank you, Roger, for joining us. Of course, our director back at the Beals Insurance Studios, the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals. And, of course, the whole thing overseen by the unseen hand, the big man in the big chair down in the Sunshine State, executive producer, Steve Beals. My name is Nick Anastas, saying so long. And by the way, we've got the girls' link coming up. So tune in just a few minutes for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Game 1 goes BG's way by a final score of 10-4. We appreciate you joining us. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals